Resignation or removal, those two words are floating around after Cincinnati Councilwoman Tamaya Dennard's arrest Tuesday on federal charges. Dennard has not made a decision yet on what she plans to do. Today, the first hearing on a citizen push to have her removed from office was taken up in court, however. Marielle Carbone was there. And Marielle, any sense on what will ultimately happen here?
Well, not yet, but it's important to remember that Dennard does not have to resign, and the judge made that clear today. He also says her decision is important because if she does decide to resign, that makes efforts to remove her by the court pointless.
We're going to defend, we're going to move forward, and Tamaya will continue to fight.
Attorney Eric Larson is no longer representing Dennard in federal court, but he is representing her in this new matter. The case is a public push in probate court to remove her from office.
She's doing as best as anybody else would be under these circumstances.
In my 20 years as a judge, this is the second one that I've had.
Judge Ralph Winkler is overseeing the complaint. He says it's rare to have this happen and explained the process on Friday. Ultimately, what happens next comes down to a choice by City Hall.
The city solicitor has a duty to prosecute the impeachment or decide not to prosecute.
An attorney for the city says the city is weighing its options, but it does have a big concern.
What the city does not want to do is compromise the federal prosecution in any way.
The city declined any further comment. For the judge, the concern is a bit different.
If she would in fact resign, it would make this lawsuit moot.
He's encouraged Larson to discuss this with Dennard, who plans to make a decision about resigning by the end of the week.
You know, the gravity of the charges.
Attorney Kurt Hartman, a Republican retired judge who's on the ballot again this year, filed the complaint on behalf of Mark Miller. Miller is the treasurer of the anti-tax group Coast. He also sued the self-proclaimed Gang of Five, which includes Dennard, for doing public business over private text messages. And earlier this month, Miller filed a complaint with the Ohio Elections Commission against Dennard, who is a Democrat. Hartman says her status on council needs to be addressed quickly.
This process allows for that quick resolution.
Now, the next hearing on the probate case is scheduled for March 9th. If that moves forward, a trial would begin 10 days later. And we have repeatedly reached out to the city for information all week regarding Dennard and how it will proceed. We have not received any clear answer or direction on that.